Imagine this. You're sitting on your couch, enjoying a quiet evening, when suddenly your cat emerges from the bathroom like they've just been fired out of a cannon. They are drifting around corners, fur slightly puffed, eyes wide as saucers, sprinting through the house as if they're being pursued by an invisible monster. You laugh and call it the zoomies. You think it's just a quirky after-party following their trip to the litter box. But what if I told you that for your cat, this isn't a joke at all? What if that frantic sprint is actually a high-stakes survival tactic, a response to a molecular assault on their senses, or even a desperate attempt to outrun physical pain? Today, we are pulling back the curtain on why your cat runs after using the litter box, revealing the hidden biological triggers behind the madness, including one bathroom habit you probably have that is actually breaking your cat's heart. Stick around until the end, because I'm going to share the golden ratio for litter box placement that can lower your cat's stress levels by up to 50% almost instantly. Most cat parents see the post-litter box sprint as a moment of pure, silly joy. We assume they've just lightened the load and are celebrating their newfound agility. But here's the problem. We are projecting human emotions onto a creature that operates on a completely different psychological wavelength. Cats are not small, weird humans in fur coats. They are masterpiece evolutionary survivors. When we dismiss this behavior as just being a cat, we miss a profound attempt at communication. You see, for a cat, the act of using the litter box is the most dangerous moment of their entire day. In the wild, felines are both predators and prey. When they stop to eliminate, they are physically vulnerable. They can't run, they can't fight back effectively, and their focus is internal. This instinct hasn't faded just because they live in your apartment with a 24-hour pest control service. When your cat finishes their business and bolts, they aren't celebrating, they are escaping. Did you know that while you have about 5 million olfactory receptors, your cat has nearly 200 million? To your cat, a dirty litter box doesn't just smell bad, it feels like a biological neon sign shouting their exact location to every predator in the neighborhood. This leads us to the first major misunderstanding. Many of us think our cats are independent and aloof, but beneath that confident exterior lies a sensitive creature deeply attuned to their environment. When your cat runs, they might be trying to put as much distance as possible between themselves and the scent trail they just left behind. They are essentially trying to outrun their own smell to ensure the territory remains safe for you and them. Now, let's challenge the idea that this is always about instinct. Sometimes, the reason your cat is running is far more uncomfortable to hear. Here is the first uncomfortable truth. Your cute, hooded litter box might be a psychological torture chamber for your cat. We buy hooded boxes because they hide the mess and trap the smell. But for a cat, a hooded box with only one exit is a trap. It cuts down their visibility and removes their escape routes. Imagine trying to use the restroom in a dark, cramped closet while knowing a dragon might be waiting right outside the door. If your cat sprints out of the box, it's often a sign of pure relief that they escaped the enclosure without being attacked. A cat's tail has about 20 independent muscles, and it acts as a high-speed rudder during these sprints. If that tail is lashing or whipping while they run, they aren't playing. They are irritated or overstimulated. Wait, it gets weirder. Have you ever noticed your cat staring at the wall or acting spooky right before they bolt? This is where we need to talk about feline hyperesthesia syndrome. Sometimes the zoomies aren't about energy at all. They are about a brain short circuit. If your cat's skin is rippling or they are biting at their own tail after leaving the box, they might be experiencing a neurological surge that feels like a constant electric shock. The act of elimination can trigger this sensitivity, turning a routine bathroom break into a frantic quest for relief. But here is the second and perhaps most heartbreaking, uncomfortable truth. The sprint might be an attempt to outrun pain. Cats are masters of masking weakness. In the wild, showing pain makes you a target. If your cat has a urinary tract infection or is suffering from constipation, the act of using the box is physically agonizing. They associate the box with that pain, and they bolt away from it as if they can leave the sensation behind in the litter. If your usually calm cat suddenly becomes a 3 a.m. terrorist after using the box, that silence isn't a quirk. It's a silent scream for a vet visit. Did you know cats have a unique third eyelid called the nictitating membrane? It's there for protection, but if you can see it while they are in zoomie mode, it's often a symptom of illness or high-level stress. Let's talk about the scent gap. When you leave for work, your cat becomes anxious because your scent starts to fade from the house. They use their urine as emotional journaling to fill that scent gap and reassure themselves that this is still their home. If you clean the box with harsh, citrus-scented chemicals, you are essentially erasing their version of home. Citrus smells like a major stress trigger to them. The post-poop run might be a reaction to the sensory overload of those artificial fragrances. To a cat, you've just turned their sacred sanctuary into a toxic environment. So, how do we stop the chaos? How do we move from being victims of the post-poop marathon to having a cat that feels satisfied and secure? The solution isn't to discipline them. Remember, cats don't connect punishment with their behavior. They just learn to be afraid of you. Instead, we have to felinify their world. The first step is mastering the golden ratio. You need 1 litter box per cat plus 1 extra. If you have 1 cat, you need 2 boxes in different locations. This gives them options and prevents them from feeling cornered in one area of the house. Next, you must respect the scent map. Stop using scented litter. What smells like fresh pine to you is 14 times more overpowering to them. Switch to an unscented, natural litter that doesn't produce silica dust, which can irritate their lungs and yours. And for the love of your cat, stop using plastic liners. They hate the feel of plastic under their paws, and their claws get caught, which creates even more anxiety during their most vulnerable moment. Cats prefer their water to be far away from their food and their litter box. If you've tucked all 3 into one corner, you're forcing them to eat next to their toilet, which is a major stress trigger. Now, for that perimeter patrol behavior, if your cat is running around because they are performing a security sweep, help them out. Clear off the top of a bookshelf or install cat shelves. This gives them a high-speed highway that doesn't involve knocking over your favorite vase. Vertical space isn't just furniture, it's an investment in their mental health. When a cat can survey their territory from above, they feel like the god emperor of the home, rather than a vulnerable prey animal. And let's talk about extreme hygiene. Experts recommend scooping the litter box daily for pee and every time your cat poops. Think about it. You wouldn't want to walk inside your toilet every time you had to go. By keeping the box pristine, you reduce the odor alarm that triggers their survivalist urge to bolt. Finally, return the cat kiss. If your cat finishes their run, stops, and looks at you, offer a slow blink. This signals that the threat is over and the territory is safe. It triggers a release of oxytocin in both of your brains, reinforcing that you are their safe base. Your cat isn't crazy for running after they poop. They are a masterpiece of evolutionary survival, trying to navigate a human world that often makes no sense to them. They don't express their fear or their relief through words. They express it through vigilance, through patrolling, and through the frantic, beautiful chaos of the post-poop zoomies. Stop trying to pet them like a dog when they are in hunter mode, and start respecting them like the feline sentinel they were born to be. When you see that blur of fur scream past you at midnight, don't get mad. Just offer a slow blink, realize they are simply resetting their system, and remember, in the cat world, a burst of speed isn't a sign of madness. It's a sign of a cat who finally feels safe enough in your home to let their wild side run free. If you want to know the 7 signs that your cat has officially marked you as their favorite protector, even if they still treat your hallway like a racetrack, check out this video right here. And don't forget to subscribe to join our Feline Fanatics community so you can finally master the incredible world of cats.